the middle of the cracked, barren land. The sky suddenly shifts to a murky yellow, signaling danger. A massive wall of dust rolls up from the horizon, crashing in and completely blotting out the sunlight. The air becomes thick and scorching. The early humans feel the change on their skin as their body hair stands on end from static electricity. The wind carries fine dust that fills the entire space, making breathing difficult. Survival instincts surge as visibility disappears, and darkness engulfs the land in the middle of the day. The storm hits with terrifying destruction. The wind does not blow in steady streams but lashes violently in bursts, carrying sharp rocks and debris like weapons attacking exposed skin. The leader of the group tries to stand firm, using physical strength and primitive weapons to challenge the wind. Human strength becomes insignificant before nature. The spear is blown backward, and even the strongest individual is slammed to the hard ground. Resistance through sheer physical force completely fails. Realizing the danger of standing upright, a signal is sent for the entire group to press themselves flat to the ground. Their fingers grip tightly, digging into the cracked earth to anchor their bodies. By lowering their center of gravity, the violent wind can only sweep across their backs instead of striking their chests and stomachs directly. Dust gradually covers them in a protective layer, turning the group into small mounds blending into the surrounding terrain. Stillness and yielding to the landscape become the only way to stay alive. The group continues struggling forward along the mountainside covered in loose gravel to find shelter. The roaring winds still slash across the slope. A woman at the end of the line accidentally steps on unstable stones. Her foot slips, friction disappears, and her body slides toward the cliff's edge. Even though her fingernails dig desperately into the hard ground until they bleed, she cannot stop her descent. The distance between her and the group keeps widening, moving beyond the reach of any arm. The man walking closest wants to turn back to help, but he cannot reach the one in danger. If he lets go of the roots he's clinging to, the wind will drag both of them into the abyss. In a split second of life, or death, he notices the strip of animal hide tied around his waist. A thought flashes Hughes what he has to extend his arm. He quickly unfastens the hide and turns it into a rescue tool. Instead of lunging forward, he prepares for a precise throw toward his fellow tribe member. The leather strip cuts through the wind and snaps against the shoulder of the struggling woman. It becomes a fragile bridge between life and death. She grabs tightly onto the end of the strip. The cord stretches taut, bearing both her weight and the force of the wind. On the other end, the man uses the full strength of his back and arms to pull against it. With each powerful tug, the woman is slowly dragged across the sliding ground back to safety. An inanimate object has become the extended arm that saves a member of the tribe. At the core of the storm, sudden pressure changes create a massive suction force. The strongest hunter is spreading his arms to shield the child beneath him. But the dry, cracked ground under his feet crumbles, leaving nothing to cling to. The suction of the wind overpowers his body weight, lifting him off the ground. Losing his foothold, the man is suspended in mid-air, tossed violently by the swirling air, completely separated from the safety of the earth. The man's body is hurled by the wind into a high, dry tree branch before plummeting back toward the ground. Without the wind's lift, gravity drags him straight into the rough. Uneven bedrock below. The heavy impact concentrates all the force onto one leg. A sharp, dry crack echoes. The femur, the strongest bone that lets him move and hunt, cannot withstand the collision and snaps instantly. When the whirlwind passes and the dust settles, the brutal scene is revealed. The hunter lies motionless, his leg grotesquely bent at a place where no joint exists. A pale bone head pierces through the torn flesh, jutting outward, while bright red blood gushes out and stains the grey dust beneath him. The child and the entire group witness the strongest among them now collapsed, agonized, and crippled. The metallic scent of blood mixed with the dry earth signals the deadly danger closing in. The weather shifts suddenly to a brutal extreme. Dark clouds gather, and hail begins to pour down like icy bullets. The dusty ground quickly turns into cold, muddy sludge. Large ice stones fall directly onto the injured man lying motionless, adding painful bruises to his body. Cold water and dirty mud seep into the open wound. His body convulses from pain and cold, and his life is in serious danger if he is not moved immediately. From within the safety of a rocky alcove, the remaining members watch their companion writhing under the hailstorm. Though danger surrounds them, the bond of the tribe urges them to act. The three strongest individuals burst out from the shelter, running into the dense curtain of hail. Despite the ice stones striking their heads and shoulders, splitting skin and drawing blood, despite slipping and falling in the muddy ground, they crawl back up and push forward toward the injured member to carry out the rescue. unable to carry the heavy man across the slippery mud. The group quickly uses an animal hide placed beneath the injured man's back as a dragging surface. The three rescuers cluster together, bending low, offering their bare backs to endure the brutal impacts of the hail as a shield for the one lying underneath. The hide glides over the wet mud, allowing them to drag the injured man back toward the cave. They willingly use their own bodies as protective barriers, enduring pain to safeguard the weakest member of the tribe. Inside the damp cave, tension fills the air. The injured man is experiencing severe shock, his whole body trembling violently, his face pale. Each time his body convulses, the broken bone grinds against the flesh, causing unbearable pain and making the bleeding worse. The entire group presses against the cave wall, anxiously watching the red blood spread across the cold ground. The hunter's life is slipping away with every ragged, fading breath. An elderly woman, seasoned with experience, steps forward from the group. She notices that the movement of the broken leg is the cause of the continuous bleeding. She rummages through a pile of debris in the corner of the cave, carefully selecting the straightest and sturdiest dry branches. Along with leather strips cut from a seed pouch. She gathers the crude but essential materials on the rocky floor. Preparing for an unprecedented intervention to pull life back from the brink. The woman forces the broken leg back into alignment. Despite the agonizing pain it causes the patient, two wooden sticks are clamped tightly against each side of the thigh, then secured firmly with leather straps. The leg, wood, strap structure forms a stable unit that prevents the broken bone from shifting. Thanks to the strong pressure, the bleeding begins to stop, and the convulsions gradually subside. For the first time, they use inanimate objects to repair and support a living body, helping the injured man survive the critical moment. The storm fades, and the harsh sunlight returns, drying the mud-covered ground. The tribe begins leaving the cave to search for food. The injured man tries to push himself up using his arms, but fails. A stiff splinted leg prevents him from balancing, making him fall face, first into the mud. He crawls along, dragging his painful leg, but the distance between him and the tribe grows farther and farther. From a brave hunter, he has now become a burden, helplessly watching his companions move ahead. The tribe leader does not abandon his companion. He turns back, lowers himself, and carries the injured man on his back. The weight pushes his feet deep into the mud, but he still moves forward with determination. The entire tribe shifts formation, slowing down and surrounding the pair to protect them. They accept a slower pace, choosing to share the burden together to keep the tribe whole instead of abandoning the weak. At the resting spot, the injured man cannot hunt, so he remains seated. His limited mobility forces him to focus all his mind and skill into his hands. With patience and exceptional precision that the constantly moving members do not have, he carefully chips and shapes stones. The result is sharp, refined stone blades. He gives these high-quality tools to the hunters in exchange for food. A primitive form of job specialization emerges born from a survival accident,